Introducing in the red corner, weighing 147 pounds, undefeated in 18 professional fights, Tommy Hitman Hearns. And in the blue corner, weighing in at 149 1/2 pounds, a young man who has fought for the title on 2 occasions. He fights out of New York City, New York, introducing the very popular Harold Weston. 12 rounds of boxing.
Dick Enberg with Ken Norton at ringside, live from Las Vegas. Let's listen to the referee's instructions.
Go over the rules again. Remember, when I tell you to break, I want you to step back and break clean. No problems. You knock your man down, go to the furthest neutral corner. Don't come out till I tell you. Any questions from you second managers? Shake hands. Good luck to you both.
Dave Pearl, the third man in the ring. He is a non-voting official. 3 judges at ringside. Messrs. Shirley, Tappet, and Moretti will cast their ballots on the 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Round 1, it's scheduled for 12. Hearns, the taller man in the white trunks, and the veteran Weston in the black trunks. And there's that rapier-like left hand in a hurry, fired by Hearns.
Very good jabs, very fast, very hard, and very quick. There we saw a very good counter hook by young Hearns.
Hearns is over a half foot taller than Weston at 6'2". Well, he delivers that jab with authority. That's just not a paw. He's really nailing Weston with that jab.
He's shooting it out very well. He's using 2 different jabs already. He's shooting a straight hard jab and he's using a small up jab. And we're going to try to see right now if Harold Weston can make him punch down as he said he wanted to do.
Weston has not gone inside on Hearns yet, and he doesn't want to stay at that jab distance because that's made to order for Hearns.
So far, Tommy Hearns is doing what he wants. He's jabbing well. He's leading with the right hand. He's throwing good delayed hooks. He's using a good hook to the body, and he's dictating the action.
Trainer Emmanuel Stewart in Hearns' corner has him ready to fight today, apparently, and he's throwing, despite the age of 20 in his youth, he knows how to throw in combinations, and he counters with the right hand.
There we saw a very good ploy by young Hearns. He made the man lead. He threw a right hand, came back with a very good hook. For a man of only 20 years old, young Hearns is very well taught. He has a lot of range savvy, a lot of discipline.
Well, he had a lot of amateur fights, Ken. 155 wins, only 8 losses as an amateur. So despite the fact he's just 20, he has a lot of ring experience.
Come on.
Now Weston working inside, and Hearns moving away to get room for that long right hand.
Thus far in the fight, Dick, Tommy Hearns is following his battle plan, and Harold Weston has not yet initiated his.
Weston picking off that left hand. Hearns towering over his opponent. Facially, we'll get a shot at Thomas Hearns. Reminds you a lot of Bill Cartwright, the All-American center from the University of San Francisco.
One other thing that's going to be a factor in this fight, Dick, is the fact that...
Right hand, stunned Weston, and he's hurt. Weston is hurt. A volley of right hands by young Hearns. A big first round for Thomas Hearns.
Come on, no punching.
Right hands of Hearns, a slight swelling over that left eye of Harold Weston. Round 2.
It's not only the testimony of the right hand, but that very good rapier jab.
And Weston comes out taking the action to his younger opponent.
If Harold Weston wants to stay in this fight, he's going to have to get his battle plan working. He's going to have to try to slip the jab, get on the inside, work the body, and try to counter the big shots. If he stays outside, Tommy Hearns of Detroit is going to pick him apart.
Very fast hands, and many of the insiders say that that's where Hearns reminds them of Sugar Ray Leonard. They both have quick feet and quick hands, and of course that has been much heralded as former Olympic champion. Many folks hadn't realized how really fast Hearns is with a left and right.
I don't think they really know, because they really haven't seen him work that much. Now he's getting a chance for national exposure, and he's taking well advantage of it.
Just missed with that right hand as he followed the jab. Well, that's something that his corner does not want young Hearns to do, to throw that jab leaping off his feet. You don't want to be, you want it to be down solid where you can follow with something. If you're off your feet, you can only throw one punch.
If you'll notice also, Dick, that when Harold Weston comes in the black trunks, the young Tommy Hearns steps back a little bit and throws a very sharp left hook.
Good counter by Hearns. Middle of round two. Weston trying to get inside on Hearns.
So far, Dick, when young Tommy Hearns throws a very good jab, if he misses the jab, he drops to his right. That way he cannot get countered with a good right hand.
Good countering right hand to the body by the veteran Weston. This intimate surrounding at the Dunes Hotel, like inviting these two outstanding fighters into your own basement. 1,500 fans enjoying the action as we come to the end of round two. Weston picking off those punches. Round three coming up. Music ready for round three. Let's go to the corner of Harold Weston Jr. from New York City.
I don't want no cotton one of these. Go behind the chair, right?
Harold Weston Sr. in that corner, along with Bernard Forbes and manager Howard Albert. Thomas Hearns shooting for his 19th consecutive win as a pro. In the white trunks, and Weston at 27, 7 years older in the dark trunks.
This round so far, Dick, Carl Weston is starting to get on the inside. He's trying to press the action, and this is what he has to do. He waits outside the jab of young Tommy Hearns. He's going to make his eyes close. He's going to pick him apart. And young Tommy Hearns works everything off his jab.
Hearns built like a basketball player, and that's what he likes to do when he's not fighting. That's his favorite sport outside of boxing, that and roller skating.
Right, he says he plays basketball when he's not training in order to keep his legs in shape and keep his eye coordination together.
Oh, good left hand. A hook by Hearns, partially caught by the glove of Weston. Well, Hearns non-stop. He just, like Pepino Cuevas, and Weston knows that feeling, just relentless in his attack. In the background, you can hear the corner of Weston shouting encouragement and instructions to their man. Oh, snappy left hand.
Snappy left hand followed by a very good straight snappy right hand.
Weston's hoping to force the younger Hearns to go the long distance. This is scheduled for 12. Remember, Hearns has only fought the 10-round distance once, and that was his last fight. A decision in Philadelphia over Alfonso Heyman. Weston, in turn, has gone, well, in his last fight, 15 rounds.
15 plus he has the ring savvy, the experience, and we will see whether the altitude of Las Vegas affects young Tommy Hearns.
Weston countering and scoring. Minute to go in round three.
Dick, we will also see if young Tommy...
Oh, good right hand by Weston.
Very good right hand. We will see if young Tommy Hearns loses any confidence when he sees that some of his punches that he thinks are his best punches aren't really rocking the old veteran, Harold Weston.
That's a good point, Ken Norton. The psychology of this game. When younger, less experienced fighters drop from that left and right combination, and then a veteran like Weston keeps coming at you, that can file up your thinking a bit.
Quite a bit.
Now, Weston picked up all three of those punches from Hearns. He's a good defensive fighter, and some of the punches that appear to land are blocked by the gloves and arms. Scheduled for 12. This is the end of round 3. Welterweights, Harold Weston in the dark trunks and unbeaten Tommy Hearns in the light trunks. And Weston had his best round in the 3rd.
Right now, when we see Harold Weston trying to press the action, he's trying to make Tommy Hearns back up because he believes that he can make Hearns back up, that he won't punch as well or as fast, and it will take some of the sting off the punches of young Tommy Hearns.
Ooh, a grazing right hand. That long looping right from Hearns. That one landing solidly, and he follows with a left and a right, and Weston appeared to be jarred by that combination.
Also, if you notice that the swelling at the left eye of Mr. Weston is getting worse, it's going to impair his vision later on also.
There you can see the upper lid of Weston, and that right hand was right on that eye. Boxing action for you fans again next Sunday on NBC Sports World. The AAU champ, Tony Tubbs, against the Golden Gloves champ, Marvis Frazier, to see who the top amateur heavyweight is in the United States. And Ken Norton will be there to call it for you from Atlantic City. Boy, that's going to be a dandy. The two top young men. One of those two may well be representing the United States in the Olympics in Moscow. That was just a slip on the wild hand from Weston.
And back to that, there's a lot of pressure on young Frazier in that fight coming up. His father will be there, and everyone will be watching to see how he's going to react to his father's advice.
That's the Muhammad Ali Club against the Joe Frazier Boxing Club next Sunday on NBC Sports World. Minute to go in round 4.
Step back.
One of the few times the third man in the ring, Dave Pearl, has had to separate the fighters. Weston scoring inside with a left hand. Right. And he goes downstairs with the right hand. Good exchange. Hearns' punches don't seem to have the sting that they possessed earlier in this fight as we come to the end of round 4.
Hold it up. Step back. Step back, please. Step back.
4 rounds in the book. Go to one of the flurries of Thomas Hearns in round 4.
It's a big flurry here for young Hearns. As you see, he starts everything off with a jab. He'll follow with the right hand. He goes to the body to try to get the man to drop his hands. He'll come back to the head once Weston drops his hands.
Oh, that was a great combination by a 20-year-old. Lefts and rights, not only going upstairs, but to the body, something that even some veteran fighters never learn. The value of following up your punches by going to the body.
Which only proves you have to think in order to be good.
Despite that excellent flurry by Hearns in round 4, Weston also enjoyed his moments in the last 3 minutes.
That was a very good counter right hand delivered by young Tommy Hearns.
Weston trying to crowd his younger opponent, and the taller Hearns in the light trunks trying to keep his distance. Use that left jab. Good left hand, a spray of perspiration off the head of young Hearns.
There's a very small cut in the left eye of Harold Weston right now, Dick.
just a light trickle of blood, corner of the left eye. It's not in a serious spot.
You'll notice, Dick, when Harold Weston was pressing the action, going in, firing the punches first, he was doing very well. When he stays outside, he tries to walk his way in, not going off the jab. This is when it's very bad form, and young Tommy Hearns is using jab, he's using combinations. He's throwing a very good right hand, and he's throwing very good uppercut.
Seems to be a change in strategy by Hearns' corner here in round 5. He's dancing, moving away, using the jab, and on the move more than the earlier rounds. Just off the chin of Hearns. That's where Weston wants to be.
He wants to be inside there, and right there he's striking on the inside. He caught the left hand with his right hand and threw a very good left hook to the jaw of young Tommy Hearns.
Final minute of round 5. Thomas Hearns, the unbeaten youngster from Detroit, trying to extend his unbeaten string. You heard him before the fight say that he feels he's only months away from a possible welterweight title bout, and it's been interesting that the manager and trainer of Hearns have supported that. They feel that he's almost ready right now. Others might say too soon. And Weston trying to prove that point.
This fight will prove that point, either negative or positive.
This isn't just another soft hurdle for Hearns to leap over and just run his record to another victory. He has to beat a tough opponent, a clever man, an experienced fighter in Harold Weston. A warning to Hearns, end of round 5. Vegas, Dick Enberg with Ken Norton at ringside. Thomas Hearns, the unbeaten young welterweight from Detroit, ranked 3rd in the world by the WBA against 6th-rated Harold Weston. And Weston in the dark trunks in the last couple, 3 rounds doing some fine boxing, Ken.
Right, he's starting to come on. He's starting to throw more body shots. The altitude plus the body shots. Right now, it's starting to seem as though it's starting to tell on young Tommy Hearns. Young Tommy Hearns is throwing a jab, Dick, but I feel that the altitude plus the good body shot that Harold Weston is starting to throw now is definitely going to be a telling factor later on in the later rounds of this fight.
Well, you fought here. You know the feeling. You just feel like you have no muscles when you get into the late rounds.
That's true. Plus, you have to get acclimated. They're on the inside, and this is where Harold Weston wants to fight. If he can keep the fight on the inside, he feels that he can throw good body punches, and he can initiate the action, and there he can win.
Right to the body and then hooking to the head, and he made an interesting comment to you about just that combination.
That's true. He said if he finds the body with the right hand, he knows where the head is for the hook.
Doesn't have to look. He knows exactly where to find it. Hearns trying to keep him away with a jab. After a brilliant start, Hearns winning rounds 1 and 2. Things have tightened up a bit, and Weston starting to take command of the fight at times. And the farther it goes, it would figure to be to the advantage of the veteran Weston in the dark trunks.
Right now, young Tommy Hearns is moving more, and there's not as much sting on his jab.
Here again is a point that you shared with us earlier, Ken, that if Weston keeps Hearns backing away, he doesn't feel that Hearns can be as powerful.
Cannot be as effective. He feels that it would take part of the power out of his punches, and he's a bit off balance moving backwards.
It's been a good round for Weston. Dave Pearl, the referee. There's a stinging left jab by Hearns. Weston just missing with that hook.
This is where Harold Weston wants to be. He wants to be on the inside where he can go to the body, counter back to the head, and he wants to make the man fight more.
Halfway mark. 6 rounds, 12-round schedule. between the rounds intermission. The fight has been stopped. And the celebration in the corner of young Thomas Hearns as Harold Weston unable to answer the bell prior to round 7. And we'll get the story from Harold. Apparently has something to do with the eye. We're going to get up to ringside and find out what that story is. So the winner, and he's now unbeaten through 19, is Thomas Hearns of Detroit, Michigan. Harold, here's the official announcement.
Harold Weston is unable to answer the bell for the 7th round. The winner, Tommy Hitman Hearns.
We'll chat with the winner, Thomas Hearns, in a moment. First, Harold Weston, what happened? It appeared you were starting to gain momentum in those last 3 rounds.
I can't see, Rich.
Can't see?
Can't see out my right eye.
He got a thumb in the eye just now, and we tried to hold his feet. Can't see a finger.
Can't see out of the right eye.
A great fighter like this for nobody.
What do you think about Hearns then? What is your feeling about fighting?
Good fighter. You got to learn a little bit more, you know. I was coming on. But he's a damn good fighter. He's going to be welterweight champion of the world in a few years.
All right, so says Harold Weston. Fight stopped after 6. Let's visit with Thomas Hearns from Detroit. A smile from the young man. And obviously the people's choice here in Las Vegas today. Your feelings about the toughest man that you faced thus far?
Well, I have to admit, Harold is the toughest man that I have faced so far. I mean, you know, not because of, you know, I wasn't in shape enough, because of this heat. I'm not used to this heat for one thing. But if I stay out here for about a month and get used to this heat, I can go all the way. All the way. Without getting tired. I know I can.
You said at the start that you feel that you're just months away from fighting for the title. Does this bout change your mind at all?
No, it doesn't change my mind at all. I feel as I'm ready and I'm able to do it.
Ken, you have a question?
Did you feel your battle plan worked this time? Off your jab and so forth?
Yes, I think my jab worked just perfectly. Which that's what got his eye swelled up. Was that straight left jab. I started off hard, pumping real hard to the left eye. And I knew it wasn't too long before the left eye would start closing.
What about the altitude? Did it start to affect you later on?
But the attitude kind of got to me a little bit. But I tried not to let it really get me down. I just kept trying. With altitude, I figured as we go on to about the 8th or 9th round, I would start getting used to it.
Emmanuel Stewart, the manager and trainer of young Thomas Hearns, and has been working with him for 5 years. It did appear, starting in round 3, that Weston was starting to fight more of his plan, and that had it gone 12, that Hearns might have been in trouble.
Thomas is very unpredictable. We were saving something. Starting the 9th round, we were going to pick up a completely new, different pace. Primarily to start moving with our feet again all over, which would make it hard for the guy to make the pivots to keep up with him. But we were going to use a plan similar to the Clyde Gray fight. When we saw that the altitude and the heat was getting to him, I told him to just coast, not spend too much energy, and then the last 3 rounds, we want to pick up the pace all over again.
Were you happy with his performance?
I'm very satisfied with it because he showed that he could slow down and adjust and still fighting at a slower pace could protect himself. Weston came out here about 10 days before us to adjust to the climate here, which is something that we should have did. So from now on in the future, when we're fighting in a section of the country which is foreign to where we're normally coming,